All right, and that moves us right into the main card here. I got to say, man, we got some exciting women's fights on this card, and to
Hmm.
kick us off on the main card, we have a great women's strawweight bout.
Hmm.
On one hand, we got Marina Rodriguez. On the other hand, we got Amanda Ribas. So really looking forward to this one. Both ladies have sparkling records and just unreal records. So Marina, on one hand, she comes in with a 12-1-2 record. Her first blemish on her actual record didn't come until July of last year when she lost in split decision to Carla Esparza. And prior to that, she had wins, against Tecia Torres, Jessica Aguilar, and, a couple draws against Randa Markos and Cynthia Calvillo. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings to the table. On the flip side, we got Amanda Ribas, who has a 10-1 sparkling record. Her lone loss came back in 2015, I believe, to Polyana Viana. So, she's just been dealing with the case since then. Most recently, she submitted Paige VanZant back in the first round of UFC 251. Now, other notable wins include Mackenzie Dern, Randa Markos, who we just mentioned. So, I'm pretty excited to see her get back in the ring here.
Hmm.
What do you see between these two ladies?
Well, yeah. So, like, big thing for me, right? Like, this is a huge little, fight for, I would say, the strawweight division. When you think about it, Marina Rodriguez is actually ranked pretty high. Right now, she's coming in already at number 8, and then you see Amanda Ribas right there at number 9, tied with Tecia Torres, who Rodriguez actually beat. So for me, I'm actually kind of doing a little bit of thinking here. When you look at Tecia Torres, she's only lost to absolute monsters: Jessica Andrade, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Weili Zhang, and Marina Rodriguez back in 2019 of August, right? Comes back 2-0 now. Nobody's talking about that, but Tecia Torres' comeback is very real. Now, when you look at Ribas, she was actually supposed to fight Michelle Watterson. So when you look at, who she was training for and what she's going to get, I think it's a pretty big step up. Now you have to wonder, training camp, all that stuff. I do think that's something that's going to play a part. I just can't not feel that way. But what I love about this fight is the quality of fighters we're getting here. Like, this is a huge fight in terms of just, who these people have fought, what they mean for the division. And I think Ribas is actually going to be someone that might surprise. She's going to be the smaller fighter. She's going to be looking for grappling opportunities. She's going to be looking for submissions. But if the striking holds up, I mean, this is really anybody's fight. And she has a really good chance here to make a big name for herself.
Yeah, I think you said it best, and for that strawweight division, this is a huge one for that number one contendership for sure. So, I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people may think. But where do you see the Vegas odds landing for this one?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be using this opportunity to give a big shout out to a great fighter by the name of Carla Esparza. Why is nobody talking about her showing in the last 2 years? She's another 4-0 fighter who's now riding those ranks. Let's talk about Carla Esparza more. Moving on. Marina Rodriguez, I just can't, I can't really give her, I don't want to give her, I think this fight's really close, man. It's so tough because when you think about it, if this was full training camp, blah, 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 all that stuff, like, the writing's on the wall. We know she's the better striker, when I'm talking about Rodriguez. When you look at Ribas, her defense is actually pretty good on the feet. She only absorbs 1.67 strikes per minute, and actually 73% of strikes are actually avoided. So, I think that she might be able to absorb some of these and maybe even avoid some of these strikes and actually take this fight to the ground. 2.28 takedowns per 15 minutes. Like, that's a big part of her game. And she's even got really great defense. So I think the striking's going to play a part. She likes to land. Both girls like to land. But, you got to give the grappling edge to Ribas. So I'm going to go with Amanda Ribas as the favorite here. But it's so tough to go with a high number. So I'm just going to go with a very simple number of minus 140.
Yeah, so this one might actually shock you again,
Really?
but Ribas is a minus 320 favorite in this one. It is massive. And I think my live line shows minus 334 for this one.
Yeah, you know what, man? The reason why I'm not totally shocked is the edge is clear. I think we both agreed on the favorite there. And you know what? When you look at the numbers, like, she is the better MMA fighter. It's hard to ignore that. When you look at the tape, she's fought some pretty good fighters, and I mean, so is Marina. But like, there's time. MMA is always about what have you done for me lately, right? I think when you look at both fighters, they bring a lot to the table. But Ribas is just Whitmire, Mackenzie Dern, Randa Markos, Paige VanZant. Like, she's been a strawweight champion in the past. You know what I mean? Like, this is like her bread and butter. I just think that she's going to be able to give a really good fight here. Now, at that rate, I mean, you know what? Sprinkle, sprinkle, bye, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Seems like the sprinkle is going to be the way to go on this one. So that was an absolute treat. That wraps up UFC 257. Enjoy the card this weekend, guys. It's going to be a real treat. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe, hit that bell button. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter. All our information is below. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. Anything else you want to touch on, Siraj?
Happy birthday to the GOAT. Peace.
Later, guys.